What is good, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Amazon video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about our job security at Amazon. This is going to be one of those videos where I ask you guys the question and you answer in the comments pretty much. My question for today is, will Amazon, or should we be worried about our jobs at Amazon? Sorry, the second one. Should we be worried about our jobs at Amazon? Because as we've seen, they've been getting rid of some white badges. This video is specifically for blue badges. Should the blue badges at Amazon, us permanent employees who have been here for a couple of years, or maybe even several years in some cases, should we be worried about our jobs with the state of the economy? I have talked about this so much recently, but it is a hot topic. It is what everyone is talking about pretty much. And it's all, look at it. Look at the facts. Look at all the VTO. There is VTO like crazy. There is so much VTO. I wouldn't be surprised if some sites have already started doing MTO. For those who don't know what that is, that's mandatory time off, where you have to take VTO, which sometimes is paid, but for the majority of people, it's not paid. So mandatory time off, a lot of VTO. Nobody's shopping at Amazon right now. Let's face it, nobody is buying stuff from Amazon pretty much at all right now. People are broke. Nothing is looking good in the economy. Gas is expensive. Groceries are expensive. Everything is so expensive. Those are just the facts. I've talked about this in so many other videos. I don't have to explain it anymore. But that's the blueprint. That's the layout for this video. That is the reason I'm making this video, because that is what's happening right now. Now, should we be worried about our jobs? Us warehouse employees. We've already seen it in corporate. Corporate has definitely gotten laid off. A lot of people in corporate have gotten laid off. So that's something that they've already dealt with. But the warehouse employees, the blue badges, because yes, the white badges have also been starting to get let go as well. That happened. I made a video about this a couple of weeks ago, and that's already happened as well. So now we're thinking and we're talking about us, the blue badge employees. I cannot give you a for sure yes or no answer. I am not Amazon. I do not know the answers to that question, but this is just a discussion point. And I will give my kind of assumptions or thoughts on it, of course. But I want to ask you guys in the comments before I even start talking, do you think that they're going to start letting go of the blue badge employees at Amazon? Do you think that at some point they're going to get rid of us, or maybe get rid of like the bottom 10% at warehouses? Or how do you think this is going to work? How do you think that this is going to happen? And do you think we should be worried about our jobs? I have talked about this again. I've talked about this before, and I've said in previous videos, even last year was slow. Last year was probably just as slow as this year so far. This year is slower because after peak. Actually, no, this year is way slower because peak this year was very slow. Peak was dead this year. Peak was really bad. Not at all sites, but at a lot of sites, peak was dead. There was VTO. They canceled MET. I know on my site there was no MET, and they canceled all of that stuff. So peak this year, I say last year was slow. And it was, but at least the peak for 2021 was very, very busy, and it went until February, and then it died after February. This year, we didn't have peak pretty much. So we have December in 2022 that was slow, and then we also have January and February, which have been incredibly slow. So I was going to make the comparison of 2022 to 2023 though so far, but right off the bat, back in 2022, this February time, it just barely started getting slow. So we're already off to a significantly slower start this year than we were last year. So I can't even make that comparison. Now, last year, I was going to make that comparison and say that last year, it was so incredibly slow, but they never got rid of the blue badges. Not at any point did they get rid of the blue badges. They may have had an insane amount of VTO. We already know they had insane amounts of VTO. They were releasing VTO weeks in advance, and they were releasing the full week worth of VTO, like I said, a week in advance. So yeah, there was VTO last year, and it was crazy slow. Of course, we already know that. But they never got rid of blue badge employees. That is one thing that they just never did. They avoided that. They stayed away from it. And they also, I don't think last year, I could be wrong, I don't think they got rid of corporate employees either. I could be completely wrong. I could be extremely wrong about this, actually. I'm not even going to say that. Ignore that I said that. But will they get rid of blue badge employees this year? It's a question that I've been considering. It's a question that when I've talked to SB on his stream, we've talked about it. We've talked about it in private as well. He's asked me, do I think that we'll see layoffs in the Amazon warehouse? And again, I do not have a different answer to this from when I've answered it previously. I do not know the answer. But I want to know what you guys down in the comments below think. I think that it's a possibility. I definitely think that it's a possibility. I think, and this is the reason that I've been telling people and the reason that I've been warning people to not take VTO right now. If you can afford it and you don't mind losing your job, perfectly fine. Do what you please. Take as much VTO as you want. But if you're a full-timer, if Amazon is your only income and you're living off of Amazon's income and you pay rent off of Amazon's income and you don't have any other backup plan outside of Amazon, then I would probably slow down on the VTO because, like I said, I would not be surprised if this year was different from previous years and they decided to let go of these Blue Badge employees that have maybe been here for a couple months, or maybe even the ones that have been there for the longest. I don't know how they would get rid of the Amazon employees. I don't know if they would go by, okay, here's the bottom 10% in the warehouse. I don't know if they would go by tenure, so whoever's been there the longest gets to keep their jobs, but the people who are newer are going to lose their jobs, unfortunately. I don't know how they would do this. I don't know how they would go about this. I seriously don't know. Maybe they would even, another one would maybe even be those who are cross-trained into more get to keep their jobs, but those who only know stove, for example, could lose their jobs. I don't know how they would go about this, but I seriously would not be at all surprised if they got rid of blue badges. Maybe the smallest bit of me would, but it just wouldn't surprise me. So I am making this video and I want to let you guys know, just be prepared just in case that it does happen. This year is different than last year. And last year was different than the year before. Things have gone downhill in the economy. Things have gone downhill at Amazon financially. It's not looking as good as it was when I first started working here, and I'm realizing that. So if you can, save your money. Make sure you're having savings every single month. Try not to spend it on things that don't matter right now. And, you know, be wary of taking that VTO because you never know. You might take VTO one week and then the next week you don't have your job. To answer the question, should we be worried about our jobs? I want to say we shouldn't be worried because at the end of the day, if we lose our jobs, we lose our jobs. Yes, that is a big deal, and maybe I shouldn't be saying it the way that I'm saying it and treating it as if it's nothing. But a year, 2 years from now, 10 years from now especially, we're going to look back on it. A lot of us are going to look back on it and think, okay, that was a blessing in disguise. That is just how life works. We turn unfortunate situations into blessings. That is how life works. So overall, should we be worried about our jobs and worried about the situation we may be in? No, because like I said, 10 years from now, things are going to be, we're going to be on the up, or we're going to be worried about something completely different. So no. But in the now, in this very moment, should we be worried about our jobs at Amazon? Should we be worried about job security? Should we be worried about losing our jobs? Maybe, yeah, maybe. For the first time, I'm thinking maybe yes. I could probably say yes because just with everywhere else, everyone else is getting laid off at their jobs and around the country. This is not just an Amazon thing. I've said this before. This is not just something that's happening at Amazon. This is happening everywhere. Everywhere. Like no matter where you're working, if you're working corporate for another office, if you're working even like just at supermarkets, just anywhere, it's slower. It's slower. Maybe not supermarkets, but everywhere else, like it's slower. So yes, people are getting laid off and it's an unfortunate situation to be in. And not only that, with the job market right now, with everyone letting go of people, they're not needing other people. They're letting go of those people for a reason. They're not needing other people. So yes, like fast food restaurants and stuff like that, yes, those people will be hiring. They're always hiring. But other bigger jobs, like for example, me as a paralegal, well, I have a paralegal degree. I'm not a paralegal, obviously, but me, if I wanted to use my paralegal degree to become a paralegal, I don't think I would be able to find a job right now. Not with how everything's going. People are keeping their jobs for a reason. And people are also being laid off and they're not being replaced because they don't need to be replaced. So yeah, it's something that you should definitely think about. Definitely keep your mind on it and not stress about it. Don't worry about it. Like don't sit there and stress, but be prepared. Be prepared for the worst to happen this year. A storm could possibly come and like we could potentially be looking at blue badges for the first time that since I've been working here at least. This possibly could have happened before. I'm not sure. But since I've been working here, we could be looking at the first time where Blue Badges are being laid off. And again, I don't know for sure. I'm not going to say for certain, yes, this is going to happen, or no, this is going to happen, because I don't know the answers. Like I said, I do not know the answers. But I would like to know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Do you think that there's potential of Blue Badges being laid off this year? Or do you think that our jobs are secure, we shouldn't worry about it because we've never had to worry about it before? And that's just the truth. We've never had to worry about losing our jobs at Amazon as Blue Badges. Yes, it's happened to White Badges, but that's what a seasonal employee is. That when you get hired on as a seasonal employee, whether you're working at retail or whether you're working at Amazon, seasonal means seasonal. A lot of the times they'll keep you if it's busy. Like for me, I started off as a seasonal, and then I got kept and moved into a permanent Blue Badge role. But lately, the last few seasonals that have come in, I've noticed they have not been getting kept around. They've been getting laid off just because they've been hired on for peak. Peak, it gets dead after peak, and then they're no longer needed. So the seasonal White Badge employees, yes, we know that there's a good chance that they're getting laid off, at least at some sites. When I'm saying this stuff, I'm not saying this is going to happen for sure for you and for every single site. There's still some sites out there, like I know there's sites in Atlanta that are completely busy and they're still getting MET or VET. So yeah, if those are your sites, this does not apply to you. This applies to the sites like mine, where we are getting spammed with VTO every single day, and they are literally coming up to us every single shift, multiple times per shift, asking us to leave early. And I've also seen it in my Discord lately, where they actually made people go home. They said, if you're in inbound right now, we are shutting down inbound today because it is too slow. We're shutting down inbound. So you need to take VTO and leave. They said you need to take VTO and leave. So they're making some people leave. They're actually forcing them to get out of the building. So it's just, we're in unprecedented territory here with Amazon. I am just warning you guys, be careful, keep your finances, keep your savings up, and expect the worst, but don't stress about it. Just expect the worst, but don't stress about it. And again, this is a discussion video. I make these occasionally where I talk to you guys, and I go and I read your comments, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I want to see what you guys are thinking. So comment down below what you think about this entire situation. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video. I am going to end it here. This video is releasing on Saturday. So 2 days ago, I had a video come out. I made a vlog. Go ahead and check that out on my other channel, Nathan Padilla. Also, I have a professional wrestling channel. So if you're into pro wrestling, I know that's not everyone's thing, but if you're into pro wrestling, you can go ahead and check that out. I'll put that in a link in the description down below as well. Pro wrestling discussions where I talk about wrestling every single week. And yeah, that's enough promotion now. Well, actually, one more thing. Follow me on Instagram at Nathan Padilla. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you did enjoy it. Catch you all later.